here we are. We get to be part of not just a personal family, but we have a tribe and we have the community around us. And believe me, we are going to be relying a lot on our local communities as time goes on. I feel part of an extended community, and please feel free to read along with me. I feel connected to my community, whether it's my family, work group, small village, or large city. I relate to this group of people in meaningful ways. I realize our interdependence and honor the many ways we contribute to one another's well-being. I am constantly looking for ways I can be of service to those around me. I notice those in need and offer my support. I accept help from others, and when I find myself in need. I enjoy participating in community events, whether they are social, spiritual, or work-related. I strive to be a contributing member to my community and enjoy the sense of teamwork and purpose that can be achieved when working together as a group. So here we are, members of a community, members of a tribe. We in ancient times had a lot of I think tribe was much more present in our lives. Our society today is all divided up in little houses. We get in our car, we go to work, we, maybe don't even know our neighbors. How many of you do know the neighbors around you in your neighborhood? So I just can't say enough about how important that is to know who your neighbors are. And I really believe that in this coming time, because there seems to be a bit of our greater society is kind of in shambles, and I don't see it getting better real quick. So we're going to have to navigate our own personal lives in connection with our local tribe, our local community, the people near us in our neighborhoods, and the people in our chosen tribe, I guess you'd say. It used to be tribe was so important, and that's how people survived as members of a tribe. But today we've lost that connection. And I think it's important to try to find it again and try to reconnect with tribe. And so what I notice is that a lot of people are creating their own sense of tribe in terms of interests that they're involved with, or, various things that they common activities that they enjoy doing, or, even in the workplace and that sort of thing. So does anybody have anything that they want to share about creating tribe?
Yeah. Well, several years ago, I decided I wanted to get to know people in the neighborhood. So I organized a neighbor party, and I went around and invited all the neighbors to come over for a potluck. And not all of them came, but there were several that came, and we've done this now 3 or 4 times throughout the years. We haven't done it because of COVID, of course, but it just feels real good. It seems like the same ones always show up, and the ones that don't come have never come. But at least it for me now, I have a sense of who my neighbors are, and if there's something going on, we can call each other and talk about it. And I haven't done it yet, but some of them are wanting to do like maybe once a week I'll get together and go for a walk in the neighborhood. So we might do something like that. So I think it is real important to try to connect with your community and whether it be, a church or whatever. But I just think getting to know who your neighbors are is a real good idea.
Exactly. And we're finding that neighborhood watch kind of things. I mean, there's a lot of little robberies happening in our town that we want to be able to keep an eye on things.
Interestingly, the little Facebook in our little neighborhood here, one of the women maybe it was a couple of women came up with this idea to start a neighbors Facebook page. And an interesting, you made me think about, you weren't able to do things during COVID. Well, this neighbors Facebook page was very popular during COVID. And the best thing that happened in our neighborhood was when this tiny little dog got loose and the posts were going up. Everybody in the neighborhood was looking for the dog, and it was nowhere to be found. I mean, literally weeks went by and there were still posts about this little dog. And do you know, it was finally found, and it was thanks to that. I mean, someone had found it right off, but they weren't a member of it. And so it's like it just got a lot of community awareness, and it's a nice way to be connected. And they'll organize like neighborhood, like in the fall, like we'll do, or actually, I guess, like a caroling, Christmas caroling, just walking down the street, singing songs. So yeah, it's a nice connection.
So important. I know we have, and it's probably a national thing, what is it called? Next door or something like that, I think. But I highly recommend that. I'm learning a lot about things to be aware of in my neighborhood. Unfortunately, I'm learning about people having robberies and near their people, that sort of thing, which is, I didn't hear about it in the news, although I did see a paper in the paper, it just reported on more car thefts in Bellingham. But yeah. And Kathia, I want to also call attention to that, our women's group that, we get together. That's a tribe. How did that get started?
That got started over probably 40 years ago. We were doing heart song circles and going and having them at different people's houses. And then it turned into a women's group. I guess the men weren't as interested or something, but it's just people getting together and in a community, and it just feels good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed being part of the gatherings that happen. And I will say that we haven't been able to get together with our personal family much lately, and particularly since people in my extended family live around the country. So we just had my brother's 60th birthday yesterday, and we all got to, as a dozen of us, but it was so sweet. And we were cracking jokes. Everybody kept saying it felt like Christmas because we were all just being ourselves and we could be together. So thankfully Zoom provides that, or some of the other, systems that you can log on to. But I just can't say enough about the importance of community. And especially as time goes on, I think our local communities are going to be beyond important to support us and find out. The other thing is what I've always appreciated, and I want to do even more of it, is who has what tools, who has what skills, and then who has what needs. Because if we can interact with each other in that way, then we'll be able to mutually support each other as we go on, because some people are going to need extra help and some people have the ability to help. So I really hope that can happen more and more.
Definitely the last 2 years, with being like on like social media too, has helped me so much, because I feel like not a lot of people get me where I am, like here, like within our community, like being like spiritual and all like the nature stuff that I do. So it was really good. I really met a lot of cool people who were like-minded like me, where I didn't even imagine, because I'm kind of like an introvert. So it really got me out of my shell to like meet people. And I'm so happy I took the leap of faith and then met you, Dudley, and everyone. Like, thank you everyone for being here. It has been a huge support for me, and I really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just wanted to say to Kyle that I love his smile, and he's always like sending good energy through the screen. It's really nice too.
Yes, thank you.